far in the lesson of animal classification, if you remember, we will quickly revise few things. Animal classification or kingdom Animalia is divided into two groups, non-chordates and chordates. Still these two groups are very huge, including a large variety of animals. That is why if you remember, I have told you that non-chordates are further classified so as chordates. Non-chordates are classified into various phyla. Now, what I want you to do is, this is your textbook, Science 2 textbook, 10th standard. In this textbook, open page number 67. We will revise few characters of the initial phyla of non-chordates and then continue with the rest of the classification. Now, the first most primitive phylum is phylum Porifera. Now, in phylum Porifera, these are called sponge because they appear to be sponge like. You know, sponge has got large number of minute holes or pores. So, animal body in Porifera is similar to sponge. So, they are sponges. They do not have a fixed symmetry. So, most of these animals are asymmetrical. They are diploblastic in origin. Most of the members are found in sea water, very few forms are found in fresh water. And we have also discussed that these members or these organisms have one large mouth like opening called osculum, and all over the body those pores which are present, they are called ostia, and generally members are fixed to some surface, that is substratum, and that is why animals are sedentary. Sedentary means animals who do not move from one place to other. These are some major characters of phylum Porifera. Then moving on to the next phylum, Cnidaria or Coelenterata. And we have talked about two very typical examples from this particular group. One is Hydra and other is jellyfish. Now, Hydra appears like a tube, so it is a tubular organism. On the other hand, jellyfish is like an umbrella. So, if member is tubular, it is called polyp, and if it is an umbrella like, then it is called medusa. So, these are two forms. Then in phylum Cnidaria, aquatic animals are there. Mostly they are in sea water, but Hydra like organisms are found in fresh water. And very important character of these animals is, for locomotion, see we have hands and legs, but those animals have got locomotory organs called tentacles. So, with the help of tentacles they move, and tentacles have got some sensory cells. So, with the help of those sensory cells, catching food is very easy or convenient for these animals. Okay. So, this is Cnidaria. Then next is phylum Platyhelminthes. Now, platy comes from plate. How is plate? Plate is flat. So, here these are flat organisms. The reason is, members of Platyhelminthes are endoparasites. Now, parasite means one animal lives or takes benefits from some other animal. Okay, that is a parasite. Now endo is inside. So these parasites, they are inside the body of other animal and they live there nicely and take the food and nutrition from the host. Okay. So most of the members are endoparasites, and to survive as endoparasite, there are some typical features shown by these members, like flat body is an important feature. Another thing is, these animals, they have got thick cuticle on their body. Now cuticle is nothing but it is a tough chemical. We have skin, correct? Skin is for protection. Similarly, these animals have got cuticle just like our skin. Now that cuticle protects the animal from getting attacked by digestive enzymes, because now this animal is going to be in the digestive tract, stomach, intestine. So in those digestive organs, they will be attacked by digestive juices. So for protection, this mechanism is there. Then very high reproduction rate. Remember that these are parasites. So their presence is a trouble, or it's troublesome for the host. So host will try to drive them out, and that's why if they want to live inside, they reproduce very fast. So rate of reproduction is high. Even rate of regeneration is high. That is, if suppose any part of the body breaks, immediately that part is repaired. Okay. So these are members of Platyhelminthes, which are mostly parasites. The next phylum comes is phylum Aschelminthes, and very classical example is Ascaris. Now in your textbook on page number 68, look here, on page number 68, at the bottom there is a diagram. This is of Ascaris. Okay. Now you can focus on that diagram. Male and female Ascaris diagrams are shown. So you can see female Ascaris straight, whereas male Ascaris has one end curved like a hook. Now female Ascaris is not just straight, it is bigger in size, it is broad in size. On the other hand, male Ascaris is short in length, it has curved end, one end curved, and it is thin. Now this is nothing but externally, if you look at the Ascaris, with the help of these characters, you can identify whether it is male or female. Okay? And even Ascaris is endoparasites inside human body. In the digestive tract of human body, Ascaris is found to be present. Okay? So even Ascaris has got thick cuticle for protection. Okay? Now move on to Annelida phylum. Now very good example of Annelida is earthworm. Okay, now students, you can easily observe a living specimen of earthworm, because it lives in soil. If you have a garden and if you are doing some vermiculture or something, then observing Ascaris is not difficult. Now in the members of Annelida, now how that name comes? Annulus, annulus is ring. Now in these members, body appears to be having many rings connected with each other, or segment like body. So, small pieces connected with each other and finally that body is made. This is the appearance of the animal and that is why phylum is Annelida. Now, if you look at the diagrams which are given in the textbook, earthworm is one example, leech and nereis, these are the three diagrams given in your book. They all belong to phylum Annelida. Now, here organism can be free living, like earthworm is free living, it lives in burrows in the soil. On the other hand, leech is a parasite. Now, leech is blood sucking animal. So, what happens is, if leech sticks to our skin, it starts sucking blood from our body. So, our blood is the food of leech, that is why it is a parasite, but it lives externally, that is why ectoparasite. Okay. So, you get a variety of members in this particular phylum. Now, in earthworm or in these members, what you find is, if this, now I am drawing some part of earthworm, if you observe closely, you will find that earthworm's body has got such horizontal lines on it. And students, these lines are called segments. And that is why it is said that members of phylum Annelida, they possess segmented body. Okay. So, this is a typical feature. Then these animals are triploblastic in origin, that is their body originates from ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and bilateral symmetry. That means in this vertical plane, animal body can be cut into two identical parts. So, bilateral symmetry. And these animals, they are true coelomate or eucoelomate. That means there is outer body wall, then coelom, and in the coelom then there are visceral organs or internal organs of the body. So, true coelom is present in these animals. Okay. Locomotion, for locomotion purpose, they have various locomotory organs as setae, parapodia, suckers, etc. And again you will find variety whether animals are unisexual or bisexual. Now, here unisexual means animal is one. Inside that body, male and female reproductive organs are present. So, such animals, such a condition can be present, or you will find male animal separate and female animal separate. So, both the situations are possible. Okay. Next is phylum Arthropoda. Okay, now this word arthropoda, breakup is arthros and poda. Arthros means jointed. Now, I will ask you to do one small activity. If you happen to see a cockroach or a grasshopper, any insect for that matter, and if you can look at the legs of these animals, you will find that animals have got legs something like this. So, you will find as if these legs are having pieces and those pieces are joined together. So, that is the meaning of jointed appendages. Now, this is appendage. Appendage means a locomotory organ. So, if appendage has got such segments or pieces, then it is segmented appendage or jointed appendage, and those members are in arthropoda. Okay? Students, this is the largest phylum or the largest group. And where can you find members of this group? Practically everywhere. That's why many people say members of arthropoda are omnipresent. Omni is everywhere, in every climate, right from ocean or any water body. You will find these members living on land, so terrestrial habitat. Then there are organisms which can fly, so they are aerial in habitat. Then any type of climate is suitable for them, whether climate is warm, very cold. So in any type of climate you will find these organisms or animals surviving. So everywhere these members are found, and that's why omnipresent. Then bilateral symmetry is a major or important character, triploblastic animals and true coelomate or eucoelomate. Okay? Now you have to remember this Annelida phylum in particular, because from phylum Annelida true coelomate organisms are seen. Okay? So thereafter in remaining phyla or organisms are having true coelom inside the body. Then in members of arthropoda, there is a very important character present. Have you seen cockroach? How is the body color? Usually reddish brown. If you see grasshopper, it is greenish in color. If you see locust, it is pale yellow in color. But body externally is hard. Now that hardness comes from, or it is imparted by, a chemical called chitin. So chitinous external structure, and it is called chitinous exoskeleton. Skeleton is supporting material, but if supporting material is external, it is exoskeleton. So chitinous exoskeleton is present in these animals. Now students, I will give you a small activity to do. Members of arthropoda, they are useful or harmful to us in many ways. So what you have to do is try and find out some examples or some members from this phylum which are useful and harmful for us. Okay? So this is the small activity. This is called economic importance. Okay? So this you have to do. Now I will move on to the next group of animals, that is phylum Mollusca. Now animals from Mollusca, their typical feature is they have a soft skin. Very delicate skin is present in these animals. So soft skinned animals are included in phylum Mollusca. Okay, now logically students understand, if skin is very soft and delicate, then there is a great chance that animal can be damaged easily, and that is why for protection members of Mollusca, they produce a hard structure called shell. Okay. So, who produces shell? Animal itself produces a shell, and inside that shell animal survives. So, shell is like house of that animal. Okay, understand? So, skin which is very delicate or the skin which is very soft in these members, that skin itself produces the shell, and inside the shell animal survives. So, for the purpose of protection this is produced. Now, shell can be symmetrical. So, like two pieces, two identical pieces forming a box, a lid and box, something like that. That is a symmetrical organism. And if animal has got a shell that is coiled, spirally coiled, then it is a symmetrical shell. So, there are two types of shells present in these members, and on page number 707T you will find diagrams which are shown. Now, have a look at the diagram. Bivalve. Now, bivalve is symmetrical. On the other hand, shell of snail, or there is another example, pila. Now, that is asymmetrical shell. And above that, if you see, octopus is shown. Now, you will be little surprised. You will say that where is the shell in octopus? No, there is no shell in octopus. So, this is an exceptional animal in mollusca, but it is still a member of mollusca. Look, if shell is not there, then just because shell is absent, we can't remove octopus from mollusca, because other characters of octopus are similar to members of mollusca. So, that is why I am saying it is exceptional member in phylum mollusca. Now, members of phylum mollusca, they have soft delicate skin, they are mostly aquatic. You will find them in sea water as well as in fresh water. Then some members like snail, they are terrestrial, triploblastic, true coelomate animals, and usually hard shell which is produced, that hard shell is of calcium carbonate, and that is produced by skin of that animal itself. Okay? And animals are unisexual, that is, one body will have only one type of reproductive system, either male or female. And then Echinodermata, next phylum is okay, derma is skin and echinos is spiny. So, these animals, they have spiny skin. These members are exclusively from sea water or marine water. You will not find members of this phylum in fresh water. Okay? Now, let us see what are the other characters of these animals. They are triploblastic, true coelomate, but they have radial symmetry. Now, why radial symmetry? You can look at the diagram of starfish from page 71. Now, starfish has got those 5 arms. If you count, those arms are 5. Now, if you join tip of every arm, you will get a circular outline, and that is why I have told you earlier, if animal has got circular outline, then it has radial symmetry. So, that is why these members, they have radial symmetry, and animals have got locomotory organs called tube feet. These animals, they have again high regeneration capacity, because those arms, you can see it in the diagram, starfish has arms. If arms break, then very in short time the broken arm grows once again. So that is called regeneration. Okay, so high regeneration capacity is seen in these animals. Okay, so this is about phylum Echinodermata. So I want all of you to revise from Porifera to Echinodermata, try and do comparison and remember their examples. Okay, thank you.